change. Like one moment you might vibe with the kids, and the next thing the kids might be like, "I'm not rocking with this right now." You know what I mean?
Mm,
So I
yeah.
just kind of know your criteria.
Okay, for sure. All right, now let me get my brother on the stage. Hey, no self. Let me know when you get back online, bro. To turn your camera. Let me know when you ready. Because I really want to jump to this video, man. I want y'all to see why we're doing this topic, and I can't wait to see how the conversation go after this video. Where my man's at right now? Yo, guy, where you at? Okay, let me jump to the video. I'm gonna go to the video right now. I'm gonna go to the video. We're gonna watch some of it. When y'all need me to pause and y'all want to stop and speak up, just like, oh, pause it right there for me. Now I stop it and then we can go into dialogue. I said dialogue like I'm writing a book. You know, you can tell I'm a writer. Ain't no secret. All right, turn it on theater mode. Let's get it.
My stepdaughter's wedding because her real daddy is the one that's gonna walk her down the aisle. So let me tell you guys about my stepdaughter, all right? She wants her real daddy to walk her down the aisle. Now let me give you a little backstory on me and my stepdaughter. She just graduated from university, which I paid for. Now, she went to an in-state university, but it still cost me about $40,000. Now, I also bought her a car. I bought her a car straight after high school. That way she could go back and forth to school. I bought her a car. She still lives with me and her mother. She does not have a job. Now, she's set to be married on August the 8th. And for the past 6 months, that's all her mother been talking about doing, being occupied with, being consumed most of their time. Now, her daddy, he don't contribute to not 1 cent on her. Not her education, not child support, which is partly her mother's fault because, she didn't fight for that. And I guess that's just what the settlement was. And he only around to make promises. I do that for you. I do this for you, and then take off. And then she'd be heartbroken. But she adores her father, right? So, like I said, she's set to be married in August. And the wedding venue, I told them they could have it in my home. The wedding venue can hold about 250 people, right? Now I said, hey, I got a list of 20 people that I want to come to the wedding. Mm-hmm. I'm paying for this at my house. I want these 20 people to come. Do y'all know Saturday, I see one of my friends at the golf course, right? He's supposed to come to the wedding. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna see you at the wedding, right? He said, I only got an announcement. I didn't get an invite. I'm like, nah. I'll let my girlfriend and stepdaughter know to send out the invitations on these few people, and you're supposed to get an invite. He said, I got something, but it was an announcement. So we walked to his car because I want to check, right? And sure enough, it was an announcement. So I went and talked to my girlfriend and said, did you invite those 20 people to the wedding that I told you about? Man, she didn't invite none of them. She said 250 people was a little tight, and I don't think we can get your 20 people in there. Man, I was pissed. And the people that were supposed to come, they pissed as well. Then she's going to say, if any other people that we already invited don't RSVP, then we'll get some of your people in here. I'm like, what? Man, that's crazy.
I got to stop that right there. We got to talk. What's going on here? How y'all feel so far right now?
That is so selfish. And he's getting used. That's selfish.
In my personal opinion,
that's selfish
I
on the
don't think that it's selfish, but I feel like that day ain't about you. It's about her.
It doesn't.
It's about your. You know what I mean? Like,
this is what I'm gonna say. Me being a woman, me being a woman, and I got 2 daughters, right? And if I was in that situation, I'm gonna make sure them 20 people have their spot. And I'm saying that because at the end of the day, a lot of this wouldn't be done if it wasn't for him. If he's offering his home, you know what I'm saying? If he paid, you know what I'm saying? He contributed a whole lot. So I feel like that's an honor. The only thing he asking for is 20 people to be there.
So let me tell you why I'm pissed at this situation. I'm pissed because I have 6 children. And if they said, I want my daddy to walk them down the aisle, I would say, why don't you have both of them walk you down the aisle?
Okay.
Why don't you have both of them? But the 20 people, and you're doing it at his house and all of this, first of all, they're running over him. They're doing what they want to do.
Why?
The
Why? Why?
Exactly.
Well, hold on. Why do y'all think that though? Like,
Because
why?
there was no boundaries when they got together. There was no boundaries. There was no boundaries. It was a one-sided. And mind you, if I was him, I would have sent out them invitations myself.
But he did volunteer his space because they was looking for a space. He did volunteer. Hey, why don't y'all just have it at my space? You know what I mean?
Right? That's what I'm saying. So there's no way that his needs should have not been met because he put her through school. Now he's going to take her through his house where people don't open up their. I could tell you 20 of my friends, associates, that I don't know where they live. So the fact that he opened up his house to strangers because they. What's that right?
Um, go ahead.
It's just mind boggling, which makes me want to say cancel the whole thing. You do it with your mom.
Mm,
That's what
And
that's. I mean,
if she did it with his without him, I guarantee you a lot of stuff wouldn't get done.
if
mm.
yeah, if he didn't add his money to it, if he put his input on it, now okay, you with her, so this is part of your responsibility that you take on to attend with the child. But at the same time, you can accommodate his 20 people. Now that is beyond me. Like I said to you earlier, I said the same thing Hope said. Why they both just can't walk her down the aisle? You walk halfway, you take her to rest, or y'all both, give away at the same time. But you cannot accommodate his 20 people, baby. I ain't even gonna lie. That right there, let me know how much you respect me. That's how much I know that you care about me. I will pull back. I will leave a mother and a daughter right there where they stand. I did my part. I'm wiping my hands. I'm
Okay.
giving you back to Jesus.
Hey, yo, hold on, y'all. Let me get my man in the building, man. And then Jay, I'm going to straight to you next, Jay, because Jay disagree with y'all. I can't wait to hear what he got to say about this. Man, what's going on, man? How you feeling, boy? Hold on, unmute real quick. Unmute real quick. Hold on, you ain't even muted. You got your mic. Make sure your mic plugged in. Okay, then come back in. So I'm gonna go to Jay until you come back in. All right, Jay, come on, man. You said you disagree. Why? What's going on, man?
Okay, it's not so much that I disagree. It's more or less like you have to wordplay is everything. If I if I give my space to the situation, it's not my wedding. It's not the event isn't about me. Yes, I'll get. Will I be mad that the 20 people that I invited or didn't get there? Yes, I'll be pissed, of course. But I also have to remember it's not about me. So, for instance, I'm getting married, right? My wife, my fiance got all the people that she want, right? This day is about both of us, but if you think about historically how weddings are, the wedding isn't for the man. The wedding is for the bride. The bride is the one that gets highlighted the most. She's the one that gets all the pictures. Not to say that the groom doesn't get pictures or and all that other glam stuff, but like in the for instance, when you choose your photographer, there's a time inside of of your wedding for the bride to take pictures
Mm,
of the bride's makeup. There's a pride picture where she had to take a picture for just her and her dress. Th- All that stuff is about the woman. So if she feels that the people that you invited, maybe they don't merge well with the people that are invited. Maybe there's a reason why we already had by the time that you inputted your 20 people, we already had our 250 and say there's a 250 max. I'm not gonna sit here and lose my reservation for my wedding because I couldn't invite 20 more people. Now, the wedding itself, cool. You also forgetting there's a reception, there's an after party, there's all this other stuff that you can come to. I feel like it's selfish on both ends because it's selfish of her for not putting the situation, for not putting his feelings and thoughts in the situation. But I feel like it's also selfish of him to, in a sense, make that moment about her and about him. And you know what I mean. So I just, it's a double edged sword.
okay, okay.
I don't think it's
Listen,
he's trying to
hold
make
on,
it
life.
balance. Okay.
Life, we're gonna bring it right back to you, mama. Hold on. I gotta get my brother on the line real quick, man. What's going on, man?
What's happening, man? What's going on, man?
Yeah.
Technical
Hey,
difficulties, but I'm
now
back.
listen. Now look, bro. I'm glad you enjoyed the show, man. I know you know you was doing your thing. But so we watching this video right now, right? The guy that now I don't know if you've seen this video yet, with the stepfather saying that he did all of this. You sent me this video, didn't you? You sent me this, right? With the stepfather, he put all this money out and all this stuff, and they ain't even want to put his people that he had to ask to join a wedding. They were like, "Yo, we ain't got room for him," but he paying for it in his house, right?
Uh-huh.
How do you feel about the topic that we having? Is it true that step parents get the blunt end of the stick when a child get older?
I, I would say more so than not. We
Okay.
have, if I'm generalizing it, I'm gonna say the majority, right? There's instances, and I know people, I got friends, family members, to where like it works, but for the most part, and through experience, it's not the same. In different situations, to where you'll get to a point where they'll feel like you ain't my daddy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh wow.
And then that's it's perpetuated by like a feed into that narrative. Like, he ain't your daddy. Why he telling you what to do? From outside sources. And then in addition to that, the moms usually enforce that, because that's my kid. You can't be saying anything to my kid. Kid is gonna listen to that. They gonna reinforce that. They do what they see. And so a lot of the time, like in this day and age, stepfathers being a stepfather is more frowned upon than it is than when I came up, and my uncles and them came up, my father and them came up. It was a norm. It was a norm. But because of the disrespect, because of the way that it's set up with the modern I'm gonna say feminism approach to it, it adds more insult to injury. And I think stepfathering is a slap in the face. It's needed, it's warranted, because these kids need some type of masculinity, and that male perspective in their lives. Now, if the dude is just not a qualified guy, that happens. He's just not qualified. A lot of people aren't qualified to give kids anything but a hello. But for those who put in that work, the juice a lot of the time is not worth the squeeze.
Right. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, man. Do y'all know anybody who personally had an experience like this? Like dealing with stepchildren and the mother really pushing it, like, "Yo, these are my kids, don't say nothing." Do y'all know
Can I
anything
can
like this?
before they answer that, can I piggyback on what he said? Because a lot of it be the mom, the way they talk to the dude in front of the kids, the way they treat the dude in front of the kids, where the kids will really they don't respect. Like when my dude, that out the door. Because one thing about women are girls, not women. These girls are so quick to bring anybody in the house. So 9 times out of 10, some of these step parents don't even respect them. So then you get it where it's given. So it's kind of, if I'm treating little Ray Ray bad, pinching him while the mama's gone and everything, and because he's a liar, the mama gonna believe me. You know what I'm saying? So it's also the way the mother interacts with the dad around the kids, because if you're saying don't talk to my kids like that, but then get mad because he's at home with the kid and the kid did something wrong, and you now saying why you didn't say nothing, because you told me not to. You know what I'm saying? So it the communication before you get in with a woman with kids, and mind you, I have 6 children and I have an amazing boyfriend that don't have no kids. He doesn't have any kids. At the same time, I have 3 older and 3 younger. So it's the balance. It's the balance.
I got a question for you.
Hold
Have
on,
you
let
ever?
life. Hold on, let life go real quick. Life.
My
Was about
bad.
to say
My
something
bad.
earlier. Life. You ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I
want
was
to
gonna
speak on
say
something, Jason,
I was
right?
gonna say in the beginning, what Jay was saying. Only thing I feel like is he's upset because all he asked was for his 20 people to come in. That's all he asked for. That's all he asked for. He didn't ask you, you know what I'm saying? He said, okay, okay. He want to get, he feel like he should be obligated to walk you down the aisle. But that would be selfish because at the end of the day, if she made, like I told you before, if she made peace, if she made peace with her biological father, walk her down the aisle, you should grant her that because it is her day. But at the same time, it's her and the groom's day because they're coming in the union.
Nah,
Now,
no,
again,
nobody pay. Like, let's keep it a bean. Let's keep it a bean. Most men don't care about all of that razzle and dazzle
that
wedding
ain't what I
flair.
was saying. You jump. You see, you put the gun. You put the pet. You put the clip in the gun without the bullets. But what I was saying was the men. I'm not saying. I'm saying it's about both of them at the end of the day. Even though the men don't really care about it,
Then
you're
it's not
right.
about him.
You're right. You're
I,
right.
I'm gonna say this because that's the situation I'm in right now. My step up father and my real father, they're walking down with my fiance. My boys are walking me down the aisle.
Hold
In
on,
that
hold
order.
on, hold on, hold on, hold on. We going, we move fast. What you talking about?
Yeah, so uh
Oh, you got
uh
that thing. You got that thing.
In that
uh
order. In that order.
my step up father and my real father are walking down with my fiance. So my stepdad and my real dad will never get in an argument about who's walk because I have an older son and I have a younger son who are walking me down the aisle. So they're going to walk with him down the aisle. And the reason why is because everybody in our wedding is our support system. So I need my stepdad and my real dad to hold him up. So that's who's going to have his back. So
Word.
at the same time, my step up father Trini, I can say his name, Trini, and my real dad Donald, life knows my dad, they're everything to me. They are
Yeah.
everything. At the same time, I don't want to neither one of them to feel more or less on who's going to walk me down the aisle because they're equally in my life.
All right, then look, let's do this. Let's get back. I'm gonna go back to the video, right? Because it's more, and then I'm gonna play what his stepdaughter had to say, and I want to build off that. But before we go there, do you, yo, no self. Do you wanna comment on anything? You don't want to go to the video. What you want to do?
No, I agree. Like, again, it's supposed to be for both people. I agree with. I agree with. My apologies. I agree with you. Um,
Life. Life.
Light or life?
Life.
Life.
Okay, my apologies.
LIFE. No problem.
My apologies. So what I'm saying is that all of it in itself, when it comes to wedding, right? Especially if you blend in families. It, when it comes to the ceremony thereof, men usually don't care about that part of it, in the sense that it's all done for the sake of the woman and her dream and to keep her happy. If it's up to most men, they go downtown, get a certificate, have a soiree where everybody can come to, and party and celebrate, and then spend that money on investing into a new house, new car, new life for their new family. Typical.
Word.
But because of society and because of the Disney World delusion, we go through these ceremonies to confess love, of which 50% of the time we end up with a debt than with a forever partner. So
Okay. Okay.
I was only speaking in regards to the ceremonial services that go along with that, not that it's not for each, like they're not marrying or participating in this for each other. So I
And
just
I
want
Okay.
agree
to
with him. I agree with him
And,
10,000%
Oh, what's
because
up,
and I
Demar? My man in the building. Hold on, y'all.
and I
Let's do this.
and
Hold
I
on,
agree
like
with
let's.
you as well.
All right, let's do this. Life. I'm gonna go back to the building. We come back. I'll let you start off life, and then we'll go straight to you, Hope. Let's go back to the video a little quick. Let's go.
oh, we getting juicy in this
Oh
back.
yeah, yeah. We're gonna play it
Crazy,
out
man. Don't
tonight.
even worry about it, man. I'll just be mad. All right. So now, the crazy part about it is when I check the invitations, they don't even have my name on them. They have her real daddy and her on the invitations that I paid for. I paid for these invitations. How you got a real daddy on there, her mama on?
Hold on now, y'all know I had to stop that now. Now it's starting to get crazy. You know what I mean? Now it's starting to get obvious. Life is definitely right. It's starting to get a little too obvious now.
Excuse me,
That's
I read the room
crazy.
already before I even before I even knew the video.
That's crazy, bro. I would have snapped, bro. I would have probably lost my
I
cool on
read
that.
the, I knew it already because I could tell what I could just feel what he was talking about. That's why I say. But let me before I say that, let me go back to Mr. What do you say? No self.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Okay, Mr. No Self. The reason I say that because I did a lot of weddings, right? I have not been married myself, but I did a lot of weddings of makeup and hair and you know what I'm saying, making sure the grooms was together and things like that. And the reason I say it was both of them because sometimes the men's over there crying about my suit ain't right and oh my god, my hairline ain't right. Can you come taper me up and can you go line this up a little bit? Because he wants to stump the yard with more than she do.
Betas.
So you know what I'm saying. So I'm just saying though, like it's go both ways. Like some of them
All right.
don't want, some of them don't care, but then some of them really do care.
Let me get a special shout out to Man in the building. Shout out to Man. Shout out to Keisha. Shout out to TKG. Shout out to Felicia. Shout out to Alex, man. What's going on, family? Shout out to Miss Wilson. How you feeling? Dang, so many of y'all. I'm sorry if I call out y'all names. Say what's up in the board. We're gonna give y'all a special shout out because it's all love. Let me get back because it sounds so crazy. I just had to pause it for that minute. I'd have been hot. Fish grease hot. You know what I mean?
On there. Cool. Couple days later, I'm hosting the venue at my house, hosting the wedding family at my house. Okay, it's me, stepdaughter, girlfriend, groom, and their parents. Right, trying to help everybody get real acquainted. Then a surprise guest shows up. My stepdaughter's real daddy, and I'm like, you know what? Cool. He probably just coming to the wedding, right? But tell me why my stepdaughter proceeds to stand up and announce that her real daddy is giving her away at the wedding. What? The wedding that I'm paying for, that in my house, the daddy don't do nothing for you, it's giving you away. And they were just so happy and smiling. Yay, great. Inside, I was fuming. Inside, I wanted to cry or punch somebody. Probably want to do both, honestly. So I took that time to stand up and give a toast as well. I said, I owe the groom and the bride a deep debt of gratitude because they have opened my eyes tonight. Oh, everybody at the table was just smiling. They have let me know that my position in this family is not what I thought it was.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you should have saw the frowns, man. Now they mad. It done got serious. I let them know I am not the godfather or, the head of the family that I thought I was, the loved one that would be seeked out in times of need. Nah. I realized I'm an ATM. Yeah. So since I have been replaced as host of the wedding, I shall be giving my financial duties to the new host. And I will back out my.
Hold on, man. We got to talk about that, man. Y'all get on the screens now. Everybody on the screens now unmute the mic.
Wow.
He did the
Man.
right thing. He did the right thing. Yes or no? Who agreed?
And that was polite.
I
And
knew.
that was
I hope
polite.
he would have did that.
Okay, let me know. DeMar, what up,
I
man?
hope he would
Did he
have
do
did
the right thing? Did he do the right thing? Yes or no?
Oh, most
Yes,
definitely
he did.
did. Most
Come
definitely
on, Jay.
did.
Jay got that look, man. Jay, you got that look, man. What's going on? Did he do the right thing? What's going on?
Okay, I kind of gotta play the field on this one.
Hold on. You said you got to do what?
I gotta play the field on this one. I gotta do a both sides on this side
Stop the
situation.
cap.
And it took you until the wedding to realize what your position was. Like
They
you
played the
sat
role.
there for how, but I mean, if you playing the role, how long you gonna play the role? Like, okay,
No, they
as
played
a
the
as a
role
grown
for
as a
him.
grown man, as a grown man, you see when you being played before it happens. It's your decision to keep playing along.
Okay.
Again, that's
Would
why
you
I asked
would
how
you
long have they been together? Because if they ain't been together that long and he just been coming, but again, this has been her whole college career. $40,000. When it came $40,000, what happened at this graduation ceremony? What happened to the graduation party? What? So you wait until the wedding for you to have a realization, like, oh, they playing with me.
because
There
he's
had
looking
to
at
I
have
mean, it's the
been.
final straw for everything.
but
I
he's
was
looking at
pushing.
the facts, bro. Right? For one, the one red flag was, hold on, y'all, you ain't invite my people. Then I look like, hold on, I'm not even on the hold on. And then he like, hold on. She stands up in front of everybody and say, hey, without talking to me, say, hey,
I
listen,
slapped the
I just
cake off the table.
that's crazy.
What you talking about? It's
Come
crazy.
Okay,
on, Jay. Jay
hold on.
bugged
But
out, man.
traditionally, wait a minute. Traditionally, you have to think about it. What the world says is the bride's father pays for the wedding, not the bride's stepdad.
Whoa,
So if the
whoa.
But
father's
he'll pay.
coming, why didn't he pay for it?
Well, yeah, that's what he said. He's talking delinquent. He's like, since he's gonna
And
host
on
the
top
thing,
of that,
I'm a,
if
you
you
know.
listen to what he said, there's some things that are not sitting with me well. He says she lives with me. She doesn't have a job. He's setting his daughter up for failure. If you look at it, she said she lives with me. She doesn't have a job. She doesn't pay rent. This, that, and the third. So instead of setting her up for a marriage, she should set her up for, hey, this is the structure. You get out and get your own crib. You do this, you do that
Nah,
before you
nah, I
try
ain't
Yeah,
buying
the
that.
bigger
I'm
yeah,
picture.
not buying
Now,
that at
yeah. I
all.
don't
now,
agree with that one
He's setting
either.
I
her
don't
up for
Nah, I'm
agree with
not
failure.
it.
buying that.
Yeah, I don't agree with
No,
that
That's
he's
one.
not
independent
saying it
woman
for
thing
you.
right there.
Hey, but
He's
hold on,
setting her
y'all.
up for okay.
I
So your daughter, let's say now, what if we say the old dude don't have no job or no house? What they gonna he gonna come stay with you too?
Who
We,
the
we
real father?
Think about
no,
it.
the
There's
one she
no
getting
way
married
in
to.
heaven or in hell that the girl is getting married.
Yeah.
She don't have no job.
Okay.
She doesn't pay rent. She
Uh
does,
huh.
and you're just gonna let her freely go and get married to what? Failure?
To somebody who she's so if I'm a father giving away my daughter, I'm giving her away to a husband. I'm giving
Yeah.
her away to somebody who's gonna be pretty much her new father. He's gonna watch over her, make sure she's straight, protect her, provide for her, and all of these things,
So
Uh,
then
right?
why is she still living in your house?
well, you know, we can't
But
go.
here's
We
the
can't.
thing, because here's the
Hold
thing.
on.
Wait. Let me land real quick.
well, can I want
No,
to
no,
say
no,
something
no.
too.
Hold on.
Let me just land
Hold
my
on.
plane real quick. I'm gonna
All right,
land
go
real
ahead. Go ahead.
fast.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
You talking to me?
We can't, it's not setting our children up for failure by keeping them living with us, by pushing them out into a world where they get in debt, where they find independence and things that separate or divide the actual togetherness that's supposed to happen. You're supposed to live with your parents until you meet your husband. From that point, it was everybody supposed to come to the wedding. The dad pays for the wedding, so nobody has to come out of their pocket. No debt is ensued. After that, people at the wedding supposed to give money to help out, and then they start their lives at a new house with a down payment, and
Yeah,
things take
facts.
place from that standpoint. So it's not setting her up for failure, telling her not to have a job. It's
But
setting
look
her up
though,
to be a
and
wife
they
versus
didn't
a.
establish that he was moving in or anything. So we just assuming that we ain't. You know what I mean? That's what I say.
Go.
But hold on, y'all. Before I get to pass the mic to Demar, man said he's a really nice dude that would be blessed. Who agree with me on that one?
Say what now? What was it?
Uh,
That's
What was
cute,
it?
I
man.
do.
That's cute. You could bring that to the table. That's cute. That
How
he
about what?
getting
Okay.
blessings.
How about
But
his
no.
other? Hold on. How about his other comment? He said kids should stay as long as they need. Yeah, that's a fact. I agree with that too.
That's a
I
fact.
don't agree with that. I
How-
don't put two out of my six of my kids out. I
That's
don't agree
wrong.
with that.
That's what's
I don't
wrong.
know.
Okay,
That's
Let me tell
so
wrong.
you.
Hold on,
Wrong.
you do.
And and half of y'all might cancel me, and I don't care because y'all already know
You
I'm
won't get
hopeless in
canceled.
emotion. I say what I want. I
Yeah.
put two out of the six of my kids out. Let me tell you why.
And this is a mom
Ain't
doing this.
nobody
This ain't the
draws
father.
bigger than mine in my house. Ain't
I,
nobody draws bigger than mine in my house. You want to be grown, you want to have grown activities, and you don't want to listen, you don't want to follow rules, get the hell out. I don't care.
So
I
you
can
wear the
respect
pants
that.
in your
Now
household.
that's
Say that
different
again.
situation though.
I
So
can
you wear the
respect that. I
pants.
can respect that.
Yeah, exactly,
I didn't
exactly.
hear what you say. I wasn't what?
So so what I'm saying is that you kicked them out for being disrespectful.
No,
Exactly.
sir. No, 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 no. You want to be no, no, no. They want to be grown and make grown decisions. So the decisions they had, I had to let them hit the wall on their own to realize it hurt. Now, mind you, the two that got put out, their stomachs was hitting their backs and they came back home. But I had to allow them to say, I am setting you up for greatness. And the way you are going is not working. So you want to go out there? Go ahead. Smell yourself. Go right ahead.
I'm gonna put an input in. So I
Hold on, let's
got
get this
5 kids.
comment real fast. Let catch the comment first, likely before you go.
They say kids that stay with the parents are more successful than kids being put out at the age of 18 statistic days. Yes, that is true. Now, what I'm gonna say is, I have 5 children. I have 3 boys, 2 girls. My oldest is 26, and my youngest is 12. Now, I got a 19-year-old and a 20-year-old. One's gonna be
You
20, one's gonna
talking?
be 22. They still live at home. They still live at home. I'm not gonna throw my kids out because right now, like he said, like man said, my kids are doing great at home because you know what I'm saying. They are following the rules. They did a little hiccups, but I corrected that, and now they doing what they got to do. I got one that's going to go to school to be an LPN. I got another one that's going to go to school to be a cosmetologist in her AAS degree. I got another that's going to be a doula. And my
Okay, that's
other son, my oldest son, he's going to school to be a real estate agent. So I did not push none of my kids out. I corrected
okay.
they missed the hiccups, and they came back and they understood where they need to be at. And the ones that my oldest one that they venture out on their own. Mom, I think I'm ready to leave. I made enough funds, and I did this and I did that, so I feel I need to go out. My
All
door's
right,
always open
we
for
gotta
my
keep it.
children.
Let's keep it drink going. First, I got to introduce my man in the building. Hey, yo, Big Smash, go ahead and talk to him for a little bit, man.
What up, though?
All right, topic. One, is it true that step parents always get the blunt end of the stick when a child grows up? Talk to me. Hey, we talked about something similar to this before, didn't we? About being co-parenting or something like that. We did a topic similar to this before. How do you feel about the step parents talk? Like, have you ever been put in a situation where you helped raise a kid that grew up ungrateful that you were there in their life, or feel like the mother felt like that was your job, you should have did it?
I was that kid.
Mm. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, yeah. I was the kid that always yelled, "You ain't my daddy." Even
Mm.
though, dude was a good dude. He was. He raised us. He helped raise us, but I was that kid. Like, no matter what you did, no matter how good you was, you could teach me everything under the sun. You could buy me everything under the sun. You wasn't my daddy.
Wow.
That's
Do
just
you
how
do?
it was.
Do you remember like what made you like what pushed you to that?
Yeah, that you wasn't him.
Mm.
I got a daddy. I got a father that was here. You know what I'm saying? And he, like I said, he was a good dude. Still a good dude. But
All right.
at that point, it's like when kids, when they say it like this, when they got an active father or mother in the building, and that father and that mother doing everything under the sun already, it's like you trying to come in and you trying to take their place, and I'm just not having it. And even now you look back and you see step parents, some of the step parents be as good as the real parents, but we already wrote them off before they have a chance to show what they can do, who they are and what they can be. We already wrote you off. We already threw you out like, yeah, you not that. So I think a lot of times he might have, and this goes for kids and everything. Sometimes you got to look at it like I could be, you could be, we could be, but at the end of the day, it's still that step is in front of that. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? It's not, you not, and I know sometimes people look at that like, I always say this, and I still stand by this shit to this day. Inactive father can't tell us, inactive parent can't tell a step parent shit.
Mm.
There's nothing you can tell me about nothing because you ain't here. You ain't around. You ain't doing what you're supposed to do. Now, if you are active, more power to you. I ain't got nothing to do with that. But I think a lot of times it be these inactive parents that drive a wedge with the kids too.
Hey,
You know
hey,
what
you
I'm
know,
saying?
hey, Spice, let me ask you a question. Uh, since you had like a stepfather, how did your mother approach the situation when you always used to tell a boy like, "Hey man, you ain't my daddy, man"? Like, how did she feel about that? Did she ever intervene or be like, stood on what you said, like, "Yo, he right"?
I mean, I mean, my mom is big on respect.
Yeah.
So I can feel how I feel as long as I'm not
Okay.
disrespectful. You know
Yeah.
what I'm
Word.
saying? As long as I'm not blatantly just, it's okay to feel what you feel, because she always taught us to feel what we feel and say what we feel. But as long as I'm not flat out disrespectful, it wasn't really nothing she could do, because all I'm saying is, I don't gotta listen to you in that sense. I'm gonna listen to you because you're an adult,
Yeah, for sure.
but for sure I'm gonna respect that. But all that, you know what I'm
Talking crazy.
saying,
Yeah.
coming in and on that baby
Yeah.
boy thing
Get
wearing
choked
shit,
out.
you know what I'm saying?
But look,
All that,
would you
we
watching the
ain't doing
show?
that.
Was you watching the show? What we got going on right now? Did you see what's set up with the guy with the stepfather who been
Nah, I was
paying
at
for the
work.
wedding? All right, well, I'm gonna finish this out. Shout out to Andrea, she in the building. She said bonus parent. Um, some people look at it like that. I'm gonna play this video though. Demar, I'm gonna play this video and then I'll come straight to you after it get done. You feel me? Jay, you with us? Where Hope? Tell Hope to bring her butt back in here. All right, we're gonna go back to the video. The video is up. All right, let's see what's going on.
Monetarily. Yeah.
To catch everybody up to the speed of what's going on. So this man was paying for the wedding. He they lost
I
the venue,
seen
so
this.
yeah, okay, cool. So he put up the house, he did all that. So at the dinner, when they was getting okay, I see you, Hope. I got you, Mom. When he seen that, all the family were there, the daughter stood up and said she want the father to take over as the host. So he stood up and said, cool, let the father be the host. Matter of fact, I'm a wipe my hands with all finances. Y'all do that. Let the father pay for all this, and I'm gonna pay the background. So we're gonna finish the story off right there. I'll press play on it, and then let's work.
Yep. Now, after the announcement, a whole lot of snickering was going on around the table, right? A lot of mumbling, but they didn't say anything to me. Nobody addressed me now. Now, later that night, tell me why my girlfriend gonna come to me talking about how I'm ruining so much, how I'm ruining so much for backing out, and how her daughter ain't gonna have her dream wedding, and how her daughter ain't this and that. Okay, well, it's apparent that I'm not family in this family, so the family should take care of it, right? That's my stepdaughter. I mean, it ain't even my stepdaughter, really. It's my girlfriend. I just happen to be around her for the last 10 years. But tell me why the next day, my girlfriend trying to show me how much I'm ruined, right?
Whoa, 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 whoa! I feel like he was wrong with that one. If you around a child for 10 years, bro, you a step parent, bro. Anybody agree with me? Y'all agree with me on that?
You being funny.
I don't agree with you because the thing is, I'm good enough to sleep with you, but I'm not good enough to be married to you. 10
For
years?
10
Come
years.
on now. If
But
we
hold on,
together for 10
Whoa,
years and you
whoa,
ain't put a ring on
whoa,
it,
hold on.
hell
whoa.
no.
But that don't got nothing to do with the relationship with 10
Okay.
years and him growing up around a child. Like, what the
Yeah,
heck?
dude. Yeah, dude.
Nah, be 10, what 10 years is
That mean he been a
so
dummy for
Oh,
10 years.
We
hold
as-
10
on.
years is
we
like
Hold on.
assuming things. How do you know that he didn't want to marry that lady and she didn't want to marry him?
No,
exactly
hold on. We gotta finish watching the video for that one though tomorrow. I
10
like where you're
years,
going.
bro.
But hold on. You telling me you date a female, you've been around a kid for 10 years, you don't feel like you got no type of step parenting into that growth?
You pay,
That's
you
like
paying. You're
that's like
spending.
meaning that you're meeting a girl when her daughter was 10 years old, right? 10 years down the line, that girl is 20 years old. You telling me you don't have no type of nothing within them 10
Solo,
years?
he's coming from a place right now of after this situation. He's coming from a place of hurt right
My,
now.
is my
He
mic
already
on?
said he was hurt and
Yeah.
ready to fight. So when he's made that statement about not being a step parent, that's where he's coming from. Clearly, he feels like he was a step parent because he was saying that from the jump, and that's what this is all about.
I'm not
Is
tripping about what he would say. I know how he feel. I'm talking about Ken and Hope. That said,
Now I
you're
feel
walking
like, okay, so again, this goes back to the father is still around. So it's like
No, I mean,
He wasn't around though.
well, he wasn't around. He
But
made promises, be gone.
but
Made
but
promises,
but the
be
daughter
gone.
still wanted him in the picture. You
Oh,
can't no matter.
I dig that, but let's remix
Mhm.
that back. Let's go back. He said for the last 10 years he was in this girl's life. And then she
Mhm.
get married. That means she's early 20s, about to hit 20. You telling me through that 10 years he didn't have no, you know what I mean? I didn't agree with that.
Okay, so listen, this is what I was saying. But if you hear what he said, the mom's response was, y'all missing the bigger picture.
What did he say?
He said, the mama said, you're ruining my daughter's wedding. You're ruining
Okay,
my
okay.
daughter's happy
My
Wait, wait,
bad.
wait,
ending.
wait.
Okay. All
Which
right.
is
I get it.
which is the and again that's so touched on so many.
Oh, but
So,
get okay. I get it. Y'all know I'm a little. You know I'm a couple of fresh fries for the Happy Meal. Come on, man. Dang. I just
irregardless,
like
it's
it.
always her child. So it's my kid now. So for
That's
10
why he
years,
said that.
yeah.
Okay.
So for 10 years, I'm banging out, and if she 10 or 12, the important years, I'm contributing to this importance, right? I'm
Yeah.
contributing to her upbringing, right? Whether
Yeah.
I'm married to the mama or not, I'm still contributing to her most valuable asset, which is her children, right? Bam, right? Cool. And if at that point the mom says, I'm not only I'm leaving the wedding, I'm leaving the mom, I'm leaving the kids, I'm leaving everything because it's disrespect on all parts. And when he
No,
finally
man.
realized
The camera's
he
on.
was an ATM machine, that's what my man
No,
said.
he
You
got
should
him
have
out of
been
there.
seen this. I'd have been out of there. I'd
All
have
right,
got
Yeah,
let me
it's,
hit.
it's
I
over with.
think ultimately he did leave though in that situation.
Okay,
Yeah,
let
it's
me.
over with. It ain't
I'm
it
gonna hit.
ain't even nothing left to talk about. He did right. It's over with.
So
Damn
let's do
sure
this,
did
right?
right.
I'll fast forward it for a little bit, and then we gonna go to the let's go to the stepdaughter. Let's see what she got to say about it.
yeah, get to her.
And the 20 people out of 250 that I wanted, they can't even come in my house. Wow. Okay. It's wild, man. So I went on ahead and let her know I will not be there, and neither will my money. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Cool. Let's go straight to the stepdaughter. Let's see what she got to say.
Hey everyone, I guess I should finally speak on this because I'm the stepdaughter. The one whose stepfather refused to pay for my wedding because I wanted my actual father to walk me down the aisle. Let me
Hold on, hold on, y'all. And I ain't trying to be funny when I say this. I don't like the way she looking when she's saying that, man. I just don't even like her
I was
attitude. I
just
don't like
gonna
how
say she look like a
I don't
I
user.
got
like that,
pissed off
man.
soon as you open
But
the door.
I mean, can you be mad at her though?
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm mad right now, man. I'm trying to get over it right
Why?
now, man. Man, the
Because
way she
Buddy ain't been there this
Why
whole
not?
time.
yeah, you know
But
what?
it's her.
No,
He
you
was
can't.
on
You
a
know what?
baby
You're right.
train just like the
Nah, B.
mother.
No, but look though,
Nah, he
right?
ain't even invited.
He
Hey,
might not have been
Kim,
there,
right?
but he's here now. He trying to rectify
Well, he
Kim,
can
whatever,
come to
you know,
he
he
can come
here
to the
now.
after party.
Kim might be right. I'm gonna press play. You right, Ken. I jumped the gun, but I ain't like the look on her
I
face.
ain't jumping
I ain't.
no damn gun. I don't
And,
care.
I
I
just
don't
didn't
give.
like.
I don't give two
I didn't like
flying
how
fuck.
she felt. It felt a little
I
arrogant
just
to me.
put
Y'all
me
ever
and
use
my
these big
mama
words?
first.
Felt a little arrogant to me, man. But okay,
Yeah,
let
she
me
felt like
go
she
back
was
to the video.
entitled. She sounded entitled.
Yeah, like hold on, man. Let's go.
me
Let's
start
get
with
to the
this.
video.
I know people in the comments think I'm ungrateful or
You are
spoiled or whatever, but this is my father. Flawed, yes. Inconsistent, yes. But he's still my father, and no one can ever replace that.
okay. She
Life
says
is
okay.
short, and I didn't want to look back on my wedding day and regret not us both being there.
Mhm.
And no one can ever replace that. Life is short. Life is short, and I didn't want to look back at my
Then just
wedding
invite
day
him to
and
the
regret
wedding.
not giving both of us that moment. My husband actually said it first. Babe, your real dad should walk you down the aisle. And that hit me. Like, yeah, he should. For everything he didn't do, that's still my dad. That's still the man whose DNA I carry. And one moment doesn't erase the damage, but it does mean something to me.
Mhm.
And yes, I did tell my stepfather he could walk me down the aisle. I'm not going to lie. I did say that. And at the time, it felt right. He's been there for me for years, school, rides, money, everything. He was stable when my dad wasn't. So yeah, I said it. But after talking with my fiance, I realized I wanted something different. And I should have told my stepdad. Yes, I should have pulled him aside. But I
Your
didn't know how
fiance
to
is
say it
gay.
without hurting him. So it
Wow.
slipped out at the dinner table. And yeah. That was wrong. I'm gonna take the blame for that. But
There
I'm
you
not
go.
apologizing for wanting my real father to be there at my wedding.
Yeah, like
Just
the
have him
eyes. I
come
don't
to the
like the.
wedding.
I don't
Then
like the
just
way
have
she
him
was
come to the
looking.
wedding.
Okay.
Yeah, like
So
I'm
she
this is
so
crazy.
what it is with her is that if she only would have okay, once her husband once her fiance came to her and said, I feel that you said your stepdad, I mean your real dad walked you down the aisle. I mean, my response would have been like, that sounds like a good plan. So what I want to do is I would get my stepdad and my dad together and we're gonna all sit down and talk about this of how we're gonna make this all be, you know what I'm saying, be better for everyone. Because at the end of the day, yes, it's about me, but at the same time, that's my DNA and that's who took care of me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You probably reconcile your feelings, you probably reconcile your difference with your dad. True enough. Because I wasn't, I mean, I'm like, okay, so my real father was never in my life. My stepdad raised me. You know what I'm saying? I could walk past my daddy, my real daddy right now and probably hit him upside the head with a hammer. But if I'm gonna get married, I'm gonna be like, you know what, at the end of the day, these men, he made me, he took care of me. So both of them gonna be in this way in some kind of way.
No, you know what? I blame all the adults in this situation, right?
I blame
Because
the mother because she probably said
we
something too.
no, we got to blame all the adults, whoever was in her life, because they got to teach these kids about morals and things like that, bro. There's no way in hell that you're raising a kid and not telling them right from wrong. You're like, this is right, this is how you move, this is how you do that. Now, when they get older, they come to think like, okay, that everything they learn from their parents, they bring together. Okay, then they eventually make the decision. But something's telling me that either the mother was the one playing mad games, bro, because whatever she was telling the stepfather and telling the dad was two different things. Because the first thing he said was, "Oh, he was making empty promises, and then he'll leave, and then he was tripping with the mom, and then he even tried to get into it with him." But the daughter would have seen or heard any of that. It wouldn't have been, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I just feel like all the
I feel
adults failed their
like
child.
I feel
Hey,
yeah, I feel like the
Because ain't no
dad.
way morally she know that's not right. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. If you
Yeah, no, the
raise
mama should
somebody,
have checked.
that's
The
crazy.
mama should have checked the daughter. Like if this was, if in all seriousness, when the ID even came to play, like, look, he's been taking care of not only Shorty but us. This
Us,
has been
yeah,
our
that that
lifeline.
that, that blow me, man, and
Like
that
what?
blow me right there, bro. That's crazy. Like the mother should have definitely be like, yo, hold on, listen, we got to
We
take.
can
You got
invite
to,
the man to the wedding, sure. Bring the man in. Come in, have a seat with the rest of the folks. We
and
cool.
I know how to get when it's planning, right? And you plan it. Sometimes you just tunnel vision. You forget, but ain't no way you gonna forget the man that was there in your life for 10 years, making sure
hey,
that man, hell no, that's just crazy.
I want to say something too. On another note, I think one thing that's being kind of left out and forgotten about is the fact that not just that situation at hand, but the fact of she was including her dad, who's really never been in the picture, into a big part of the wedding, while at
Yeah,
the
that's crazy.
same time, excluding her dad that's been there for her and the one who is financially paying for everything.
Yeah.
He couldn't invite no guests at his own at the wedding that he's paying for that's going to be at his house. He wasn't no longer going to walk her down the aisle. So all those on top of combined, that's like smacks in the face. Then on top of it, it was all going on behind his back. Everybody knew about what was going on, but him until they verbalized it to him.
That's why I don't blame him.
And
I
don't
don't
forget that. Don't
I
forget
don't
that
blame him.
he wasn't even on the invitations.
Yeah, they took
Yeah,
him off the invitation.
that's
And she had
crazy.
already told the man that he can walk her down the aisle. She had already communicated that to him. So that was a double
Mhm.
slap in the face. It was a stomp out, actually.
Yeah, I don't blame him. He did right.
I'm
She
sorry,
said,
y'all
You
hear
know,
y'all hear all this
comment on stage.
rumor
She
that's
said,
they
y'all
didn't
"Hey,
take
doing.
big brother."
his feelings in consideration, so he didn't take his money into consideration. It is what it is. Shit.
I think we all in agreement on this
I
one.
just think it's more. I think you know what? He just hurt. He hurt. He hurt
He
on a
should be.
no. I know. Duh. I'm not discrediting his hurtness. I'm just saying he hurt. So that's why. And I feel like it goes more to the. It
Like now
still
you know
falls.
why he hurt though.
It
Hold on. Like
falls
you
down on the
know,
mother.
you see her face. Now you know why he hurt. Can you imagine somebody telling you this life and they looking like that? Why didn't you, hold on?
I believe when you first put the picture up, I knew automatically she don't really give up about that man. He
I
was her
definitely,
ATM. She said
Look at her
I
face right
definitely
now.
feel like she told him,
she
"You
got
not
what
my
she wanted.
daddy."
She almost got what she wanted. She
She
got to
definitely
get through
told him, "You
college.
not her
Got her,
daddy," about 50 times for sure.
listen,
You
the
are
mom
not
and
my
the daddy
daddy.
probably still linking up.
When
How
you
we
hear,
know?
Facts.
"I wanted my real father," she said that shit about 10 times strong.
Oh my soul. You is not
Listen,
my
she
daddy.
And
probably
so,
the mother is probably linking up still with the daddy and probably taking care of the daddy with that man money. How we know?
Man, that's
so
a
that's the
fact.
topic. So
How
right.
you
So
just
think about this,
talking
Bloom.
about the woodwork? How
And that's what I'm
y'all
talking
have
about.
Do
how
we
y'all
even
have
need to go back
connected
to
with
the video? Do y'all want to even
Nah,
go back to the video or no? Or the video over with? Y'all done with the video?
I want to come on with it. Let's
she
You want
bring
a
it
did.
little bit
on.
She
more?
did, fam. She
A
did.
little more?
Bring it on.
Hold on. I'll play
Bring it on.
a little bit more to see what she got to say. But she angry at me, man. All right, let me hit play.
And everyone keeps talking about it. Like everybody keeps talking about the money like I was trying to use him, but I wasn't. I
Damar,
swear
your
I
sister
wasn't. I'm
said,
just
hey,
used to
big
him
brother.
being there. He's never told me no. He paid for school, my car, everything I needed. So was I wrong for thinking that he'd help with the wedding too? He's always helped me. I thought that he wanted to. I wasn't thinking about money. I was thinking
Oh,
about my wedding and how I dreamed that it would look. And that's on me. I should have thought deeper and I should have seen how it made him feel, but I wasn't trying to use him.
there you
Okay,
go.
let's talk about that. See, I respect that. I respect what she just said.
She
I don't.
lying for the camera.
A
I don't
man lips
respect
can
it.
say anything.
Are y'all serious right now?
Yeah, she
She
caping, B.
lying
She
for the
trying to
camera. I
nah, B. She
promise you.
trying to
You can
save
look at
face, man.
her. She don't have no remorse behind what she's saying. She's just lying for the camera to try to debunk what he's talking about.
Oh,
You know
Actions
what I'm
speak
saying?
louder than words.
So,
all right, let me press play, man. Maybe I'm wrong, man. Y'all know I'm old, man.
And breaking up with my mom over it, I don't understand
Oh,
that
he
part.
broke up with the
My
mom
mom
over
didn't
it.
pressure
Yay,
me.
Lester,
She
I
didn't
told you,
force
Lester.
Your
anything in
mama
any
should
of
blame
this.
you.
She helped me plan. She supported me.
Say
How
it
was she
again,
supposed to
bro.
tell me not to invite my father,
Your
even
mom
though
should
that's what
blame
I
you.
wanted? She just wanted me to be happy, her daughter.
Fuck out of here, B.
I'm not trying to bash him. I just wanted to come online and give my side.
Nah,
Okay,
B.
we
Fuck
got
your
your
side,
side.
shorty. Fuck
Yeah,
out of
we
here.
got
I hope your
yeah,
husband dump you.
yo, that's crazy, yo. So
I
now the
knew that the
topic.
father, I knew he was gonna leave. I said that in the beginning. I would leave everything and okay.
All right, I'll
I'm
tell y'all
telling you,
what I'm
that's
gonna
still
do,
gonna live
right?
with the daddy.
Riri said she couldn't hear anything. I don't know what the
She
hell.
was over there with the daddy, y'all. She was over there with the daddy. The mom over there with the
Somebody got
daddy.
some static on their mic.
Yeah, that's Demar. Demar, you got a little feedback. Turn your volume down because it's picking up us.
Hey,
Picking us up
the
too.
mama been banking money on that man and left him with her baby daddy.
I tell y'all what, let's do this. Just a segment now. I let my man No Self clear us out with that. So how do you feel? What is our closing segment on that incident right there with that stepfather being stepping up, taking care of another man's child for 10 years
Mhm.
and have this backfire in his face? What do you let's close it out? Let me get your music too, man. You know I'm gonna do you justice. I ain't gonna do you wrong. Let's
I-
get it.
I'm a keep it all the way a being, right? And so it
Huh?
leads to the topic at hand, like the topic of the show, right? And it proves the point. So that's the majority, you know. And he was a good dude. He was a good stepfather. He was a good parent in that situation, based off of what we saw. And the majority of things, the majority of time, that's what we as men experience. We may not contribute as much as he contributed, but we provided a love that we thought would receive some sort of kickback, meaning some sort of payoff, which means it's a feeling like you love me, you care about me, you share the same way I share with you. And oftentimes more than not, the short end of the stick end up happening, and those feelings hurt. That shit hurts. It hurts, and nobody cares, because when we talk about black man hurt or hurt in general, when it comes, it's a nothing burger. It is a nothing burger. If the shoes were reversed, everybody would have sympathy and everybody would be like, yo, shorty, yo. But when
Yeah.
it's this man and he's explaining it, it's sad that she had to come over and defend herself without just coming on and apologizing. Seeing the
Yeah.
effect of her decision, how many lives it affected, what got ruined behind it, and just apologize Take accountability and say, look, I just wanted my dad in my life. This was the way that I can show it. I just didn't know any better. Somebody
Okay.
in her circle should have guided her correctly. But when back on topic, again, stepfathers, stepmothers, majority stepfathers, and a lot of us, a lot of my friends come from being around either I was a stepfather or I had a stepfather in my life. My sister had a stepfather in her life. We all experience these things. And a lot of times these guys be dirtbags, right? But
Yeah.
when they aren't dirtbags, they get the same. It's the same whether you ain't my daddy or whether I'm contributing and you gonna still give off every ounce of 10 years of love or whatever amount of love to somebody who ain't been there for you and showed you he gave a care about you. But now that he's showing up now, it's like I want to relive my youth or relive that connection. And that's a slap in the face to the man that's been there who accepted you as a child. And so I've been through it. It's a little personal for me at the same time. But the way it's gonna close out is the way I'm gonna close it out is like this. If in today's date that's something you choose, because a lot of the times at our age, you find somebody, in all likelihood they have children. It's important to start setting the boundaries of what is, what isn't, what can be, and what can't be at that point. Therefore, down the line, years later, days after, there's no hurt feelings. Down the line, years later, days after, look, 10 years, 5 years, but she's gonna, whatever the case may be, those communications need to be happening. And when you are in a situation with a man or a woman and they have children, it's best to not show that type of deviousness towards each other in front of them, to give them that ammunition to treat that man or that woman, that step parent, like they're a distant enemy of some kind. So interesting, dope topic. Again, it gets better and better and better. Hopefully we get to share it out a little bit more so we can get a lot more opinions on the topic. But it's a very deep topic. I don't think the hour we had covers it.
Yeah, and I wanted more people to join too. So don't forget the show that we got right here. We will be doing. Oh no, my birthday. My bad. My birthday is on April 12th. So we'll do a show on Monday. Then you know what I mean. We do a recap, news, all that on Monday. Um, I want everybody. I want to get everybody intake on this. I wish Hope wouldn't have left, her and Jake, and I wanted to get their input at the end because I want to give everybody a chance on this panel right now for a couple minutes to tell you how you feel about this. Cause I agree with you with that one when you saying that raising our kids, we should instill that in them to let them know like, hey man, you ain't got to feel no type of way. Make sure that you speak how you feel and know what you're doing. So you ain't feel like you're playing games with people. You know what I mean? Who want to go next, man? Who want to go next? Come on, man. So how you feel about this topic, man?
Uh, as men, I can only speak from the standpoint of a stepfather, or from a father's point of view. This is what makes being a stepfather. One of the things that makes being a stepfather kind of complicated and hard at times, because oftentimes you have your own kids, and you're expected to treat them the same, accept them the same, and you often try to do so, but then at any moment it could be like in this situation, 10 years later, all of a sudden the man pops up and you got to take the back seat. You're no longer the parent, the father figure. Your whole role has just been reversed in the blink of an eye, and the same generosity that you've given, as far as putting them first as a child, as treating them as one of your children, you're not giving that same generosity back. You're not treated as, you're second rate. You lost your status. It's all gone just like that because of a man who really, like I said, like in this situation with Dude, it seemed like a man who played dad when he wanted to play dad, and then when it got too hard to be dad, he disappeared and let the next man deal with it. And then when he felt like popping back up, he popped back up. Now I've dealt with that with my dad for real, popping up when he wanted to, leaving when he, and so I know what it is. So I think that just makes it hard as a man trying to raise someone else's child, because and you can talk all you want with the child at some point when they get of age to understand it, the mother. But as a child, I mean, I can kind of understand that side too. You always do want that connection with your biological. There's even as far as people who have been adopted out and they never knew their parents, they was raised by adopted parents. They always have that longing to want to know who their biological parents were, and they almost do anything. Oftentimes, there's exceptions to every rule, but
Word.
oftentimes they'll do almost anything to meet that parent, those parents, and get to know those parents. And sometimes they'll put the parents that raised them all the way to the back, or
Mm,
even ostracize them. Don't want nothing else to do with them because now they feel like I got my real parents that ain't never been here, but they here now. I don't need y'all no more. So
word. Thank you, man, for adding that, man. Your sister said there ain't no way I would allow my kids to disrespect their stepfather if we're in that situation for sure. Who want to go next? Life, you want to go next? How you feel about this topic, man? Like, talk to me. How you feel about
that
it? Ken, I know you want to
was
say something, man. You know I gotta say Ken for last, man.
man. It's crazy that it gotta be like this. You know what I'm saying? We gotta have these topics because people can't be grown. People can't, put on they grown folks underwear and walk in them shoes correctly. Now, I feel bad for the stepfather because he stepped in and raised someone else's child and and got ostracized like he was an ATM, like he said.
You got a bad
And
you got a bad feedback on your mic. I don't know if you're on your phone. If you're on your phone, you got to turn down
no,
your
I'm
ear
not.
volume.
hey, I want to give a
Turn-
shout out real quick. Excuse me, y'all. Shout out to my sister Celeste. I see she in the commenting.
Man,
Okay, excuse me. Go ahead.
she been saying what's up to you the whole time. She said, "Hey, big brother," and I read it
Oh,
up. Hey,
I can't hardly see the screen. You know what I'm
huh,
saying?
how about this? How about if I do it like this? Do you see it better now?
No, that it ain't helping at all. It's
No,
still small. Your bubble small.
okay, I just shared the comments on the screen. That ain't
It
that
ain't,
work?
That's not my.
yeah, it ain't coming
That's
up
your
on mine though.
Okay, yeah, but yeah, like you gotta when you speak, you got like a little weird like feedback
no.
echo.
That's you. Mute your mic.
You think we on
Hello.
Facebook and I'm on my phone?
See, that's you. That's both of us. Hello. Exactly. It's not there no more. Oh, now it's coming back. But anyway, maybe it's too loud. Let me bring it down some.
I
Is it
done
still
turned
there?
you down and everything. Talk about some maybe it's
I turn
me.
myself down.
I turned you down already.
Anyway, I'm gonna be real brief. I just feel like that
No,
everybody
it's
respect.
bad. No. Life. I'm talking about like it's bad, like bad.
Is
Like
it
when you
really?
talk, yeah, it's not like you remixing everything you said. Brick it. Like you I'm trying to bring it back. Turn your
Is it
volume
still
down on
going?
your. Are you on? What are you on? Your PC? What are you on? Are you on a Bluetooth?
No, I'm not.
She sound all right to me.
You don't hear that? All right, go ahead, Life.
You see, man, listen. Okay, but anyways, I just feel bad for him because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? He stepped up to be a great man in that girl's life. And for them to use him like that until she got grown enough to make her own decisions and stuff like that, and then bring in her father, even though her father wasn't around, and treat him like I said, that's her DNA. But at the same time, you got to respect who was there for you in your time of needs. And he made sure that you didn't have no worries. You know what I'm saying? He made sure that you didn't have he made sure everything was a clean slate for you to better yourself. And for you to play him like that, I'm glad that he did what he did. I'm glad he walked out and I would have left the mother too if I was him. I probably would have hit upside the head with a hammer on the GP. I'm just saying. I'd have bust her and
Violence.
her
That's
daughter.
violence.
Yeah.
I
Yo,
don't care.
the man of the
40,000
hour.
later, I need a tooth.
Yo, check this out, Ken. With this topic, right? you experienced it as a child and you remembering back, what is your closing thoughts on this topic that we just had, man? How you feel about it? But you muted. I think you might be muted. I got you. All right, you unmuted on our end.
Can you hear me?
You about to
Yeah.
read?
No, we can hear you.
Yeah.
You can hear me now?
Yes, sir.
I think
It,
children
it,
should
it,
give I think children should give any adult that comes into their life to love them and teach them whether they real father or mother is around or not. I think you got more than one teacher in school. So who's to say that you can't have more than one parent that's trying to show you the way in life? That whole it take a village shit is real. You know what I'm saying? Especially in this day and age, I feel like the way that they used to do things with the big mama and everybody else, it takes a village. So with step parents, it's different, man. It's different because you just got to give them a chance, like for real, because that man or that woman accepted that responsibility when they came to your life. You don't get the mama or the father without the kids. If you're a good one, if you're a good person trying to come in somebody's life, you don't get the person without the kids, and that takes time. That builds up trust. You got to build up a rapport. It doesn't happen overnight. You can't just come in through the door and just feel like, well, you got to respect me and love me because I'm dealing with your mama. No, or I'm dealing with your father. No, it takes time. You got to have a lot of patience to love and accept someone with kids. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? That was the hardest thing in the world, is walking into something with someone that has kids. I have 8. So when you walking into that, it's a different feeling. It's a different scope. You don't just get that overnight. So I think a lot of times too, about that scenario, I feel like this: the mama was wrong, the daughter was wrong, the stepfather was right. He could have went a different way about it and had a discussion. He didn't, and he just said, "Fuck it, pull the plug, take everything on out. The disrespect is too much," and I get it because that is your right. Here's the thing: real fathers, mothers, they can't just up and leave even though they really want to. It's attached. Their DNA is attached. Step parents can leave whenever the hell they want to because it's not there. So you have to understand that whether they don't want to be here permanently, they don't have to. So I think respect is key for that. You think I'm gonna sit in a place where I'm being disrespected, where I'm being played, where I'm being ridiculed and cast to the side? Nah, I ain't got to do that. You want to build something with someone that wants to build with you, and that's the kids, that's the parents, that's whoever. So I feel like this: a lot of times we just got to do better. It takes everybody in that situation could have did something different. They all could have did something different. The daughter could have told him, "Hey," could have had that conversation with him to his face,
Yeah.
not with other people around to put on a performance. She could have talked to him to his face. The mama could have talked to him to his face.
Word.
And he personally should have came and said, "You know what? I'm not feeling none of this shit. I'm paying for all this. I've been here." The same gripes he online telling people, he could have had this conversation with them behind closed doors. Everybody don't need to be in your
And
business.
it, you know what's so crazy though, kid? They didn't give him a chance to have that conversation. They sprung that up on him. It shocked
Yeah,
him. He's like, hold on, what
that's why I
the?
said he was right.
Yeah.
Because I'd have did the same shit.
Word. All right. Let
Hey,
me tell y'all,
Auntie man.
yo, Kendra, what's going on, man? But look, I just want to say this to y'all. All that was fake. That's not true. That didn't really happen in their life.
Fact. That's what I
Um,
I know
said.
who he is.
so the guy and his family, they do like topics like that. But
Yeah.
it's dope. But I know people who've been through that for real, bro. I
Because
listen. One of who said they've been through it before? No self. I've been through it. I've been it I'm talking about to the point where from the age of the 5 months to all the way to 21 that I was there, and I done, man, bro, that shit, that's one of the worst feelings in the world.
And you
To
got to
like
walk
be
away and leave
there,
all that shit alone.
man,
Because,
changing diapers, and then
yep,
all of a sudden the father come back 12 years. I've
yep.
been in the baby life 12 years, and man, boy, that shit
Sometimes the
hurt,
father come back because you in the picture.
man. Come back a straight bum
Because you
too.
handling the business of his child, he comes back in the picture. I've seen
Yeah,
that.
man. I
He
done,
was a
You
bro.
know,
Listen,
baby boy situation.
I don't witness that, man. Been in the child's life for 12 years, 18, 17 years, and then the man, bro, that shit different, man. So that's why every time I meet somebody and their stepfather, bro, and they there, like I know, like the people I'm around, they be there, yo. I respect them 100% because it takes a man. You gotta be a hell of a man to wake up every day and raise somebody else's kid to make sure they going to school, they brushing their teeth, they washing their ass, they making sure their homework getting done. When
yep.
yo, that's crazy, bro. So I commend any man that's
Hey,
out here
IT
doing that.
man.
Shout out to Marie said, "Oh wow."
What's
Um,
going on? Another day.
Rich said, "I say yes." Yeah, facts. Richard, hey, Richard said facts. He agreed with you. Said
Hey
facts.
man, if you ain't been around in 2 years and you try to pop up after 2 years, we gonna have to fight.
Bro, I've been through, man, bro. Listen, I
I
promise
ain't gonna
y'all, bro.
hold you. If you come in your child life and you ain't been around in 2 years and you decide you want to spring up, we're gonna have to fight. I need my
Man, I
family. I
did
ain't gonna
12
hold you.
years for me. And look, one day when I ain't as, can I right now I'm going through it. So I might tell my story one day, like what happened in my in relationship like that. But listen, y'all, I tell y'all what, we started late, and I didn't even get a chance to post it. So I'll just show y'all, and then whatever goes after that. But this is one of the topics that piggyback off of what we're talking about tonight. Topic: does it make sense to date someone that has kids when the other parent isn't financially involved?
That's a personal preference.
talk, dude, Kendrick. Let's talk about it. Where you been, man?
Man, a little bit everywhere.
Yeah.
Handling business, just doing all types of. And why you got me on the
You
screen
look
like that?
I
tired.
don't know,
I'm
but
tired, boss.
man, he going through it, man. I'll be down there with you in a little bit, man. You know what I mean? We're
Yeah,
gonna go through
I
it
read
together.
it. I read it. I
Yeah,
understand.
word. We got your back, bro.
I
That's why I'll be bringing you into this, and that's go to anybody, life, anybody who's going through life, cause life beats life, in bro. I promise y'all, man. Listen, I had some of the craziest trauma in my life, man. Losing my son, man, going through so much stuff, bro. And I kid y'all not, talking and having topics and building around my peers, bro. That it helps. It's just like going to therapy, bro. A lot of my topics that I have is based off of things and emotions that I went through. That's why I be trying to tell y'all, man, don't disappear for a week and 2 weeks, a month. Create a topic about your situation and have people talk about it, and you join in. You get the same medicine. You feel what I'm saying to you? So, man, y'all don't gotta
Thank you,
disappear.
Tiffany Perry. Thank
Where
you,
she at?
Tiffany
Where
Perry.
Tiffany?
Yes, yes, it
Shout out
depends
to
on
Tiffany.
the situation.
And same thing.
Yeah,
Kendrick said
you
the
right,
same thing.
girl.
I'm gonna put it back on the screen. Hold on, let me put it back on the screen. All right. We just actually watched the video with the dude that was taking care of things financially because the other parent wasn't doing it, and we see how that turned out.
One other
Um,
thing, real quick. One other thing
mean,
on the
were
top.
they just dating or were they married?
all right, he said he had plans on marrying her. He would go. You want to break it down to him, guy?
Yeah, so
About
my man was, and again, it was, so the scenario was that my man was dating a chick for 10 years, pretty
mm,
serious. In that time frame, he helped raise their daughter, paid for her college, helped pay for her cars, got her together. She is about time for her to get married. He was willing to pay for pretty much everything. And what happened was is that she told him he would walk her down the aisle. She didn't pick segue, and her father came back in her life, and now he's walking her down the aisle. He's paying for the wedding, and then he can't invite 20 people on the list. And then all of this is happening. He's the only one that didn't know until it was time, and when it was time, stuff hit the fan. So when stuff hit the fan, he bowed out gracefully, out of the
yeah,
wedding and out of the relationship with the lady because there was no supporting what he had going on versus the man that wasn't doing anything coming back in and trying to
So he
or
wiped his
sort of
hands.
putting him in a position of
Yeah,
power. You know what I'm saying? Like he been
yeah,
there.
I'd have bounced like a bad check.
And
That,
he wiped his
that,
hand financially too, and then canceled everything. The
Yeah, yeah,
plane
no, I'm
tickets.
out. I'm out.
Bro,
I'd have been
listen to
out.
this. They spent $60,000 out of this man money for a wedding, even for a honeymoon in Dubai. So they were gonna go to
Oh, there
Dubai
you
with this
go.
man money, and he wasn't invited to the honeymoon thing. The mother was, the father was, his side of the family, and that side of the family, but him. He wasn't.
He wasn't even on the invitation list. But
Yeah,
he
Yo,
and
paid
that's
for
the
this.
thing. Like
no,
so, one
no,
one
they
thing
would have
that's
been getting
important.
married on my dime.
So one thing
man.
that's
That
also
wedding would
important.
have been canceled.
I'm a piggyback on what my man. I'm a piggyback on what you said, Glow. When you meet somebody, like you, if their parents in or are somewhat in their lives, their other parents, it's up to you. And again, it's a community to introduce yourself to these folks. Try and build a rapport or relationship of some kind, so the children know that it's a team involved and that respect is for everybody. You get what I'm saying? Another
Yeah,
aspect that I don't think is widely done. I've seen it done. The way that it's handled in real life with the stepfather and the real father, they they band together like
Take
Voltron
off.
and raised a wonderful child. So it's doable. It's
Yeah,
just parameters that has to be updated from what we normally used to.
yeah, yeah. I can relate to that because my first marriage lasted about 5 years, and she had kids, and they to this day they still call me. They call me father. I hear from them all the time.
that's
My
love.
birthday, Christmas. Said they even call Stephanie mama.
Yeah,
They
that's
call my
love,
curl
bro.
wife they mama. Like I said, and they all grown. Shit, Frederica's like 37. Diane is like 29. They're all grown adults now. When they still, I mean, and I've been divorced from their mama over 20 years ago, but when
Hey, I
they
gotta
still.
go. Y'all take
All right,
care.
appreciate you for joining tomorrow, man. Thank you so much, man. Word.
So like I said, no, I'm still the only constant father in their life to this day because they biological. They birth two dead flies smashed, and I know them. You know, I know them. They don't say nothing to me.
But that
They
go
don't
to
even say
show
nothing to their own child.
that go to show what type of man you was and how much they appreciated that. And that's a piggy bank off of what Life said. She said, depending on how you interact with that child, you know what I mean, how you was around them, you know what I mean, when they upbringing, you know. So I, Life was right with that.
Well,
So
like
you
I said,
know,
they knew why. I mean,
Hey,
they knew why I left. You
I was
know,
I was right about the whole video.
yeah, you were
mama
on
was.
everything.
But like I said, if that was a real scenario, yeah, they would that would have been canceled when I didn't see my name on the invitation. They wouldn't have to
It
worry
was.
about no damn Dubai honeymoon. It would ain't gonna be no wedding, not on my dime.
Yeah. No, they didn't
Baby, I
get
would
to it.
have
He
been
canceled all of that. Bro, listen,
Yeah,
what's
right.
so crazy about that is though, is that the and this is why I say the child, bro, because I really don't too much blame the child because the mother pushed a lot on that. You need to talk to your dad. Hey, bro, listen, I can't. One day I'm
mm,
gonna tell
No,
my
no. How old was this child now at
son,
this age?
she was almost what 20. She's about to get married, so he been in her life for 10 years. So he must have
Yeah,
been.
no,
nah,
she got
nah,
someone because
nah. You
like
got
that.
some
No,
devious kids
the
out
mama
here,
had an
bro.
influence as a younger age, but when she's that age, she makes her own decisions. Nah,
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, if your step parent tell you something and you go back and you cry to your mother like, well, you know, your daddy, or you know, or you know,
if she
bro,
don't reinforce it, then hey, okay, you only got one time not to have my back. That's it.
you know, I remember being a child and I asked my mom, right? I never, bro, listen, I kid you not, I never asked about my father until my brother Alvin's father came. I'm like, hold on, what the hell going on here? It messed me up, bro. I didn't even know. So my brother dad came to go take him shopping. And I'm like, hold the fuck on, man. And I thought about it. I said, yo, mama, where my dad at? She said, I'm gonna call him for you. And I never asked him, did she talk to him or nothing? I just forgot all about it. Like, brother, you know, because I had uncles and you know what I mean? I was the youngest boy, so I didn't, you know, really care about that shit until I turned to like 15, 16, and I wanted to know. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, damn, you know. But I can understand how a child feels
Yeah,
not
you
being able to
got
see that and then finally see him, you still got love for him, like ain't nothing ever, Like, you know what I mean? So I can get it
Yeah,
too.
but you got what? 2 other sisters and a brother.
Man, what? My dad got 26 kids,
But
man.
that I know.
Yeah.
2 other ones that I know.
All names start with a T. Tashana, Talon.
Man,
You know what I mean?
my
Carl.
bestie,
Yeah.
my bestie, her daddy got 36 kids. She the 17th child.
Damn.
So, man, that's crazy. So look, before I
But they
want to
all
end
know
this
each other
show,
though.
I got to end the show. But I wanted to let y'all know we got a lot of topics, man. Look, my man been coming through with a lot of topics. We trying to format it to see how we're gonna break it down into, how we talk about it.
Who?
No self. We would he sent me a topic that I really wanted. No, he sent me a topic that I want to talk about, and it was like relationships and religion or something like that, right?
Yep, that's the one.
I really want to talk about. I really want to get into that, man. Like I really want to get more into that type of conversation, and I think that's
I'm
gonna be
not
dope.
gonna talk about it.
Well,
Why you wanna get into
spiritual, and things like that. You hold on. You telling me you're not interested in talking
You know
about?
I'm interested, but I'm not interested because I'm not religious. I'm spiritual, so I don't care about nobody's religion.
All right, a spiritual connection and a same thing.
Same fight, another round.
You said they cousins.
Yeah, like what the heck? Life is playing.
Mm-mm.
Like this is what I need you to do. I need you to bring some more fire topics.
Let me.
That's what I need you to
Does
do.
that have something to do with the relationships that you've been in, or you be in, or what you expect from a person as far as their belief system?
No, I'm not. I don't judge nobody what they believe in, not at all. You know what I'm saying? As long as you treat
I
me
do.
right. But don't come over here and start sitting up there and rubbing dirt on my forehead and trying to suck my soul out of my body because I'm gonna come bring my ancestors to your ass.
Would you date a Muslim, a Christian, an Israelite, or something like that?
Yeah, I would. Long as they keep that. Hey, pray how you want to pray. Okay.
Is there anything? Is there
Don't
anything that can
judge
show
me
you?
how I do. If I want to go walk outside and ground myself in the grass, and you tell me that's wrong, then that's what I'm gonna go tell one of them trees to slap you upside the head with their branch.
So a Satanist, a Satanist or atheist,
No,
you ain't got
I
a
ain't
problem with that.
no, atheist. Nah. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Man, bro, listen. Man, me
Shut it
and life
down, because I
jumped in
want,
the.
baby. Hey, can I ask you a question though? Can I ask you this question
No.
real quick before you say anything?
Go ahead.
Have you been on their page lately?
Yeah, yes.
And how they talking?
It's kind of weird. Now listen, me and
No,
life.
they toned it down, didn't they?
Yeah, because they have
Didn't
to.
I tell you within the week they were gonna tone it down?
Who?
Yeah, you did. Now hold on. I'm gonna put you on game,
Why
right?
y'all having secret conversations?
I'm gonna put you on game right now. So the only reason we're not live streaming on TikTok right now is because my computer went down twice with me starting this episode. That's why we started late.
Come on, son.
Yeah, for some reason it's not letting me run TikTok and all this together. And I'm still kind of slow on this internet stuff. So I was live streaming one day on the TikTok when we first learned to do it, and I end up running into these dudes, and I didn't know that they was atheists, right? But they had a topic, and I thought it was a good topic. Free will doesn't exist. So I'm like, what? So I jumped in there. Boom. I jump in there, and you know me, I'm just a good listener. So I'm sitting there listening.
That's a dope topic.
Yo, listen, that's what made me jump in. I jump in, boom, I have a seat. I'm like, oh, I like the conversation. I said, everybody invite. The only person who came in is my road dog. Life jumped on up in there with me. But when she was jumping in, I was already jumping out. And then right on the
you left her hanging.
Brought on the panel, and like she's not religious, but she's spiritual. Man, they tore her apart in that joint, man.
No, they did tell me apart. No, let me tell you what. No, they did tell me apart because I wasn't trying to get disrespectful.
Yeah.
So the dude on there started saying, "Oh yeah, well just on your head, looking like Manny Fresh and all this and all that." I said, "But see, now you being disrespectful." But see, I don't, because I carry a standard with I carry a standard with our I carry a standard with our podcast. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not going to sit up there and start cussing you out because my tongue is very lethal. They all went on my page.
Really, she bust their heads, y'all. They said free will doesn't exist. She hit them with the facts, boom, and they took it off of that intelligent conversation and started trying to insult her at the end of the day,
Right.
right?
You
But
should
then
have
turn
cut
around.
him a
I
new
go on
ass.
my page. They
Yeah.
all on my page trying to figure out who I am on my page, right? So then I told Solo, I said, Solo, I said, give it a week. I bet you how money they gonna tone it down. I promise you, I'm gonna bring in my ancestors on this.
Yeah, and you know what? Guess what?
I just gonna tap me in.
Hey, you know what's
Look,
so crazy, y'all? Look at
no, no,
this.
no, no, no. Say what you say, and guess what? They toned it down.
Oh, they're live right now.
I don't do the tickety talk, B. I don't.
Me
No, let me
neither.
tell you,
They
they so
live
What you
right.
talking, bro?
look. It was a young man on there. He was talking really intelligent. He was still trying to get into the Bible and understand what he was talking, And they was calling him all out his name. They were calling him B words and all this. And I'm like, the females on there are disrespectful. The men on there are disrespectful. So I go, like, you want to go on my page? I'm gonna go on your page to see what's going on with you,
This is what they
baby.
do, y'all. This is their
I love
topics
this
that they
petty. I
have.
love that petty shit.
This is their topics that they have.
What does it say?
Prayers don't do shh.
Are these niggers?
Yes.
Ooh.
And let me tell y'all something, right?
Them niggas play MAGA.
If I don't want to unmute it because I don't want, because one thing I'm trying to split the platform. I want our podcast on Facebook to be different between what we're doing on YouTube and TikTok. But
Nah, B.
you got to hear you got to hear. If I want to press, I want
Don't listen.
I
Don't do it.
want y'all to hear the conversation because
Nah.
man, I
good.
jump in them. I ain't gonna lie, I jump in them because the way I was raised, you know what I mean? But
I got them though.
Yeah. That's not a conversation that I need to be privy to.
yeah, that's
Why
no.
not?
Exactly. Because they
Okay,
very
but hold on.
disrespectful.
I have no
Listen,
interest
call
in
you
that.
out your
Okay,
name.
let me get that off the
Listen,
screen.
Listen, they
Hold
call
on,
you
like
out your
let's
name.
end
They
this.
literally cuss words.
Let's end the
Like
show
they
first. Hold on.
profanity.
Let
They're
me
very disrespectful.
hold on, like let me end the show first. Let me end the show and then we can talk behind the scenes about that. And I want to know how you feel about that, Kendrick. But yo, the conversation is crazy, but we're figuring something out right now. I'm working on. Bro, we need to talk a little more because we're gonna figure it out. Don't leave the show after the
No,
music. Don't
don't
listen to the
leave.
music
Let
and
him
leave.
end the show so we can.
So
I'm
before
out. Nishiwa.
no, don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere.
Well, hurry up
Listen,
and
y'all.
end the show then.
Okay, hold on. I'm trying. Let me get this over. Listen, y'all. I want y'all to do me a favor. Please share the live. Facebook owe me $1,000. They've been running. They've been running ads on my channel from November 4th all the way until yesterday. I had to cut it off, man. They owe me $1,000, bro. And told me they're only gonna give me $800 back. I ain't mad about it. I'm gonna take that 8, but I want my money back. So, please, y'all, just help us out, man. I know it's a lot of hate in your blood. A lot of y'all don't want to show no love, but for the people that love the Minnesota Cold Talk podcast, please share the live. Come join the panel. You know, it ain't we got our special host live, Kendrick, Riri, No Self. We got Hope. We got our man in it. We already got our host, but we do invite people on the show too. So please share this, y'all. This is a big thing. And what else? What else I was about to say? Oh, thank y'all for joining the Minnesota Cold Talk podcast. We'll be live soon. It's my birthday weekend. If y'all want to party with me, y'all better let me know.